I grew up in the time when Pokemon was a serious hit. Like, I know we had Pokemon Go like a few years ago, but I grew up when Pokemon was the TV show, the cards were a huge thing. Like, that was... I remember when I was little that Pokemon was like the biggest thing. I was a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, but Pokemon was a huge thing for me growing up. So I'm gonna go and say this right now, I am not the biggest fan. I just know what it is. I know what it's about. I don't know most of the Pokemon's names and all that kind of stuff. I just know Pikachu, so obviously they knew that and they're like, alright, let's make a Pikachu movie. Pokemon Detective Pikachu. From the director of the first Goosebumps, Rob Letterman, I'm pretty sure. Which first Goosebumps is, like I've said this 1,000 times, it's the most underrated kids movie I've ever seen. It's so good and it's just so underrated. But this movie is him doing another movie that's from the 90s and he's bringing it back just like he did with Goosebumps. And so this movie stars Justice Smith, Catherine Watterson, I'm pretty sure her name is, and of course Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu. And so this movie's basically Justice Smith, his dad is missing, he's assumed dead, but obviously he's not, so they gotta find him. What happened to him? Is he dead? Is he not? So he's gotta team up with the one and only Pikachu, who is the Detective Pikachu, who is Ryan Reynolds. He's got to team up with them and find them and solve the case. And Catherine Watterson tags along. So we got our adventure, and I'm going to go ahead and flat out say it. Rob Letterman, super underrated family film director. He made a good looking film. I'm going to go ahead and say that right now. The movie looks really good. The CGI, 88% of the time, looked good. It looked like it fit the story. Sometimes it was pretty bad, I can't lie. But it happens. It's just a few moments like that, but that's not the biggest deal. For the most part, the CGI is pretty good. The directing was good. From the whole, the movie looks good. The cinematography was very good. Like, super underrated. Like, that needs to be talked about. The color scheme and all of it. Like, the movie itself is produced well and everything. The world in this movie, the city, I forget, Rim City or something like that, they build a great city. Pokemons and humans live together, and there's no more hunting Pokemon and stuff like that. There's no Pokemon battles in the city. That's against the law. So it was really interesting world. They set up really well. I just really believe this movie, the first live-action Pokemon movie, shouldn't have been a Detective Pikachu movie. Now, this movie is based off a video game, so it technically is a video game movie, which I guess holds the title now for Best Reviewed One. I'm not sure about that. But from this movie, I'm going to say I really feel like this movie should have just been Pokemon or just something when they're hunting them and battling, stuff like that, because those parts of the movie, hands down, was the best part. Now, the storyline where the father's missing and all, it was interesting, but it was really predictable, and then kind of got confusing towards the end, but then it rounded up making sense. But overall, this movie, in my opinion, was fine. Like, I didn't love it. Like, again, like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm not the biggest Pokemon fan. I grew up around Pokemon. I wasn't the biggest Pokemon fan. I know who Pikachu is, though, and I'll start with that. Ryan Reynolds' Pikachu, I mean, we said it in the trailers. He looks amazing in the trailers, and guess what? He is amazing as Pikachu. He is the best part. He is the reason to see this movie. Besides that, I really can't recommend anyone else. Catherine Watterson is an underrated actress. You ever seen Big Little Lies? Watch that show. She is so underrated. Can't wait for her to see her at season 2. She was also really good in a movie called Blockers that came out last year. It's an underrated comedy that no one really talks about as much, which should be. She's a great actress, but in this movie, she was a cliche investigator, journalist, whatever. She's like, I talk the talk, I walk the walk, I am your journalist, and she felt so fake, and it was bad in some moments. There was bad dialogue between her, and there was just moments I was like, you are reading a script. And that's so sad because she is such a good actress. She's so underrated. She will be a star. I guarantee you that. Justice Smith, he was not my favorite in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. If you know me, I'm a Jurassic Park fan, but he was not the best part in that movie at all. And so in this movie, he gets the starring role, and I'm going to say it, he's a good actor. He just isn't the starring role yet, or type. I don't know yet, because I've only seen him 2 things. But in this movie, he is not the star. He's not the Chris Pratt. He's the secondary kind of guy, and he got the main role in this movie, and so he served the role. I just feel like someone else could have done it better. That's just my opinion. But again, you come see this movie for the Pikachus and the Pokemons and all that kind of stuff. And for what it is, I mean, it's fine. It's entertaining. It's definitely towards kids. I can say that. Like, there's a lot of kids jokes. A lot of kids in the theater were enjoying it and having fun. And there was a kid behind me that was having a great time. There was a person in front of me that knew Pokemon and knew the references. Obviously, I didn't. But overall, I mean, as a person that does not know the whole universe super well, I enjoyed the experience. I never have to watch it again. If they do a sequel or anything like that, I wish they wouldn't do a detective one. I want them to like do a Pokemon movie. Like, there's a scene where they actually are hunting a Pokemon. There's a scene where they're actually doing a Pokemon battle. Those were the best scenes. I was like, can we get the actual Pokemon section? Not like the detectiveness and this investigation. Like, it just was nowhere near as good or entertaining as those scenes were. But then again, Ryan Reynolds steals the entire show. Like I said, he is the reason to see this movie. I chuckled throughout. I was entertained. It could have been worse. It could have been better. It was just a fine movie in my opinion. I'm going to give Detective Pikachu a C+. And by the way, in the trailer pack for this movie, the Sonic trailer came on, and I'm not kidding you, when the trailer started, I can't believe this happened. The whole crowd laughed and like sighed because the Sonic trailer. I've never experienced that from a trailer in a theater. And there was like 30 or 40 people in the theater, and they all went, oh, like, oh my god, man. Like, I know that's not part of Pikachu and everything, but still, that just shows Sonic is, oh, and it looks terrible if anyone knows about the Sonic trailer. But anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed this review, leave a comment below. Tell me if you're excited for the Pikachu movie, because if you are, go see it if you're a Pokemon fan. It's really a Pokemon fan movie, and I do recommend it if you are that. If not, I would wait till Blu-ray. Anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed this review, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye, guys.